Hello, today I wanted to show you an easy way to build a garden bed. So these are the garden blocks that I got at my local construction company. Actually, these came from Home Depot. I'm sure you can get them other places as well. So they are fully stackable, and you can actually put a rod down the middle. Rebarb is great, but that's just a stake that I have. And so as you stack them, what you do is you put the 2x6 boards in to make them as long or short as you want. This bed, I believe, is 4x12. And what I've done is I've sectioned off into quadrants here for the plants to grow. Some green peppers. Under here is some ginger I'm growing, some cucumbers and squash, lettuce, and some different varieties of tomatoes I have growing here. Another large green pepper plant, and you can see one pepper at least. Oh, I see a bigger one in there. Look at that. I just noticed that today. Is growing in back there, and there's more flowers to grow more. This is a tomato plant I grew from seed, so he's growing up. We've got some chives, some green beans, and I just ate the longest one that was in here. There's another few down here. Another plant, and we've got lots of beans getting ready to form there. I've also got some trees, some oak trees I've been growing, and some maple trees that have been naturally growing in my backyard. And with that, these are planted under the rose bush to attract the pollinators into the garden. We've got over here one apple tree that has not sprouted any apples yet. This one has. Last year I think I had 2 apples on it that started when I got it. This year I've got at least, I believe, 5 apples growing on there. It bloomed up so beautifully. I'm going to have to attract some pollinators earlier to my garden to get some more apples growing. We have here an Italian prune tree and a 5-fruit tree here, which is peaches, nectarine, another form of peaches, some prunes, and did I name the 5 of them? That's 3, 4, and I can't find the other tag right now. Oh, plum trees. Now keep in mind these are great, but if I didn't have a prune tree here, I don't think my prune tree on this plant would actually grow. Oh, look at this. Oh, sorry, that is my rose bush growing over here. This guy grows so humongously, but such beautiful flowers come out, so I have to cut him back at the end of the season. A honeysuckle vine that I planted on this trellis that I made to grow my tomatoes. And over here you'll see a bee house that I made. I literally just went to the dollar store and got some bamboo stakes and cut them up. It's nice to actually not have them all the same length so the bees can distinguish which ones they want to use. And always make your birdhouses, feeders, and bee houses out of cedar wood so that you're not basically poisoning your wildlife with treated lumber. And so of course, I've got some Mr. what is he, toucan in the yard here. We've got some strawberries growing. I'm after pretty much picking all of the big strawberries last night. So we've got some vines growing here, and love to come out here and chomp on some tomatoes. And I had made this year many window boxes, of which there is one down here. I'm using my companion plants here and here that haven't bloomed yet, but I planted, probably it was so cold that I think I planted them a little too late. And some more beans, and this looks like a real crazy window box planter. And I know I planted radishes in there, so I'm not sure if that is radishes that are growing out there or if I had planted some other plants that are growing rather crazily in there. Above my hosta that is growing about the best. But this started out to be just a video about the garden raised bed. However, I guess we'll move right along. A fern here that I kept inside all year, and so he's reclimatizing and adapting to being outside. And this is a vine that grows up this huge maple tree that did take quite a beating with the Fiona hurricane. I've got a feeder here. I've got a rock in there to keep it from going over sideways. And I see the vine actually had a spot here for the birds to land. It's kind of a bit of a feeder. I've put some water in it before, but it's got a hole in it now, and I just add some, there's a pair of chimes back there and some birdhouses around the tree just to give some space. And this vine continues to grow and grows up my fence, of which I put a birdhouse here. It's new, so I haven't seen any birds in it yet. I used screws so that I can open it and clean it each year. And this is what's growing in my garden now. My little Tilly is out in the sun. She actually doesn't come out too often, so they like to stay inside. Another patio planter here, so it's nice to have some trees to get some shade for the area. There's some more birdhouses over there, and there's actually I don't know if you can see it from here, there's a suet holder there, but it's filled with dog hairs so that the birds have something to put in their feeder. So I think for the most part, that's most of my garden. And my compost pile is on the other side, but I have to cut that back so I can actually get in there and take a picture. So enjoy your day, get outside, enjoy nature, and God bless you all.